Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing this Sunday? You're welcome back to Street and Cathedral. And today's topic is African men and romance. So I hope you're all doing fine. Shawakma.
Everybody does. Oh, IT. First, I go apologize to both of you because what I did right now, this is what actually is unromantic of an African man to keep African women.
Exactly an African man's behavior.
God, I thought I would represent well. Like, we need to hear our tale today. I know. We did fuck up, but yeah, I apologize. I'm so sorry. You and Cash. Cash also, please. Can you just click on the first icon on your screen right now? First, you have to be using your phone to join. John, you hear what John told? John doesn't make you block me. See enemy. See enemy. And I think this guy is my friend. Though. I'm very sorry. See, I will talk the truth. What happened was I did a night shift last night. So when I came back from church, I just wanted to take a quick nap. From a quick nap, I'm on the nap, don't they nap me. Now they nap me.
You're so lucky. You for the hear music from my background. Yeah, go down.
But now my wife wake me. My wife tapped me. Babe, are you not going to do your podcast? I'm like, oh, Bob. Hey, Cash.
It's so good to see you.
I said what I did today is unromantic of an African man. This is one of those things that
honestly. I say here we go. Our African brother has started again.
And today I feel like saying, I will talk, but now if I say I gotta keep quiet,
just stay one corner ahead.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. Like I was saying the truth that as you can see in my eyes, I just woke from sleep. I won't lie. When I came back from church, I did a night shift. So when I came back from church, I wanted to just take a quick nap, and the nap just napped me myself instead of me taking the nap. Now the nap couldn't nap me. So it was my wife just woke me, and I was like, "Damn, I apologize. I'm so sorry."
Thank God. That's what the African woman. That's what we do. We give our unconditional support.
Good. So guys, are you ready for this session? Because you see, John, John said, "Cash."
My John.
Okay, now so let us just jump into the introduction, then we'll just jump into the topic. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to another intellectual fellowship on Street and Cathedral. Today I have two beautifuls. Two. What can be so better, so great to have two beautiful Nigerian women in the building. And today we are going to be treating the topic African men and romance. There've been a lot of conversation around this, how unromantic we are. But at the same time, we seems to be the hot cake of all other African countries, of all other nationals. But our African women are more like, they try enough. So today we go hear our report card. Let's see the soap, our misters. But before that, let me just introduce these two beautiful amazing ladies that I've known over the years. And I will start my introduction based on punctuality. On my immediate left is Itunuoluwa. I call her Ose. Now only me, if you call her that name, very, very sweet name for my mouth. Honestly, it's now been my G. Like, this lady, she have seen the good, the nice, the ugly side of me. I remember I say, there's something people don't know about me. It takes a very, very quick, I think I don't change now. My don't change my picking. But I feel switch I can move from 0 to 100 like that real quick. The thing. But I remember Itunu's voice is always like dim.
That just to control.
So it's not gonna be like dim off one now. Life no act like this now. Calm down now. No be so. And to be honest, you have friends really like that accept you for who you are, and it's not just been that person that I feel comfortable to tell her anything and everything. Honestly, she's been my sister. she's my G, and I'm using this time to also say, thank you for the love, for for being a sister and all. And I have a confession. My hands on the Bible right now. Whenever your posts come on board,
Where's the Bible?
no worry, you know go see. Yeah, my hands on the Bible.
Where's the Bible?
No worry yourself.
African men. Where's the
No
Bible?
worry yourself. Okay,
Let us start from there.
wait, no say I be God picking face now. Only Bible.
We are put together.
So my hands on the Bible right now. Anytime we to post, I the first cover my marriage with the blood of Jesus before I check the post. Because waiting happen. You really want you Abana, just take it easy on our marriage. I beg, I beg. They consider also they try also they have a successful marriage with all those your nice posts. So big shout out to you tonight. You're welcome to Street and Cathedral.
Thank you for having me.
On my immediate right, Kashimana. See that name? For Yoruba, we have a name. So you see that name? Cash. For all you guys that have been suspecting, don't they tell them, say, we want to know who's bankrolling this you boy. We want to know who's behind all this your flamboyance lives. Now don't they I don't they bring them to the open now. Don't they bring the sugar mummies to the open now. You don't they see them now. So make now they ask me again. Kashimana, this woman is, man, when it comes to elegance, when it comes to style, beauty, it's obvious. When it comes to, confidence, someone who is living a life and the truth that she preaches, that's Kashimana, anytime, any day. And Kashimana holds a very, very special place in my heart, and she knows it. I will never forget till I die. Till I die. See, it's in this way I won't talk. I will till I. So it's something that me I've decided that no matter how big I am, this woman. See, the moment I release my book, Ghost of My Parents, there's a time when you are scared that will I be accepted? But everybody faces that. Your first time, will I be accepted? When I put my book to Facebook and say, I don't write book, Kashimana is the first woman, first person, not even woman, first human being that ordered for my book. And she paid cash. Just like her name did, she paid cash. That alone gave me a boost. Look at what I've become today. Look at the confidence that led me to release 5 more books. I'm on my 6th publication now, and I'm not stopping anytime. So as a matter of fact, I'm working on a big project right now to convert all my books to motion pictures. So I'm moving into screen thing right now. The Netflix. So Cash, I want you to feel proud. Feel proud. Own that story. I'm telling the world right now.
Whenever you see I am. Of course I am proud.
Feel proud and say I am part of this success story.
Today is not the time. Today is not the time to talk about life in NIJ, but and I believe that day will come. Honestly, the major you, John, Okea, what's his name, Gafar.
Yeah,
your set. You guys were amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You were a huge part of my life in NIJ, even though most people don't know, because I know that I have a one-on-one relationship with you guys.
Thank you very much.
But people don't know. I mean, when I saw the book the first time you wrote, I wasn't surprised.
Thank you very much. Honestly, that alone, won a special place in my heart, and I don't joke with anything about you. So you see, John on they send a love to say we love you too, Cash. So we thank you for your nature, for your sweet nature, for your supporting spirit, your energy, your positive energy.
You don't make me blush. I'm a black woman.
Please feel free to blush. Blush, please. I'll supervise your blushing. Just that it will not turn game now. Not why I go to tell this one now. Where you go blush. She they see me as a fellow compatriot rather than to see me as an opposite sex. So honestly, you guys, thank you for saying yes. I know you guys are most especially what happened today. Trust me, thank you very, 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 very much. I appreciate you for understanding and for giving me, and thank you for saying yes to be on this platform. So,
I'm honored to be here.
Today's topic is
You didn't leave me any option to do. You bullied me.
If Cash
Bullied
can say
me.
yes, then what option do you have?
Itunuoluwa, have you forgotten that you're part of those that groomed the Meiji? So
Hey,
you have no choice.
imagine all those you when we say it's supposed they even the talk say why did I take so long? You can't tell me when they can't give me stylish excuse. I suppose no let me punch you from you. So yeah, today's topic is African men and romance. Before then, let me just welcome you to Street and Cathedral. Street and Cathedral is a platform where I believe God gave me the platform when I was meditating on what next to do before I get busy next year with all this what I just told you, with converting most of my my books to screen motion and all. I just started meditating. I don't like what is going on, most especially amongst we intellectuals. The most insulting thing that I've ever seen, one of those things, is the fact that my own state government paid a certain musician called Portable. I'm sorry to call out names, but I have to convince the mass majority of people and youths like us to support the government. So you left Cash out, you left Itunu out, you left, even let's talk about musician, you left the band from my state, it's showing how society, also we, our choice of people we are making famous. And I felt like I know many intelligent people. So I want to be the platform where I just encourage people to say, come, you guys are smart, you have voice, you have charisma. I know you are busy, but if we are not careful, the narrative is changing already. And if we are all about, I just want to be with my family, I just want a peaceful life. I just want to be in the UK, and I don't want to stress and everything. Baby, they don't stress people back at home, and those people we have to now start coming out and be bold enough. And I saw a quote that said, when the intelligent people refuse to be bold, it is the stupid people that are bold that rules over them. So that means intelligent people, what they just need is confidence. And that is what the street stands for. The street has always been a very fair platform for everybody. But it seems as if everybody thinks the street is actually meant for, it's people that are rough, it's people that are on the other side of, and we are. What class of the street do you think you are? Everything is a fair fight going on there, fam. And if you don't use all the weapon you have, just like the book says that we all fight with the weapon that God gives us. If you don't fight with every weapon we have, those people that are using whatever weapon they have, they will win. And that is what street fight. I love the fact that to some certain extent, our majority are still winning. Let's talk about the national level. But state level, local government level, I know, everybody know who is winning at those platforms. Well, that said, Cathedral is just a spiritual alignment. Personally, I don't care what religion you support. I am so confident in the kind of God I serve that I don't think I need to be intimidated, or I need to drag you, or I need to hate you, or I need to judge you based on whatever your belief system. I have sat one-on-one with Professor Wole Soyinka, and he was surprised at my level of belief when I told him about my belief, and he told me that he served Ogun. But you know what surprised Professor Wole Soyinka the most? I told him, sir, would you pray for me? And he reminded me again that, do you know that we don't share the same faith? And if you are my father and you are on a dying sick bed, will I refuse you blessing me because of your faith, of your religion? For the first time, I saw Baba just, look at me. I knew he wished that we could have deeper conversations, because then I knelt in front of him and he blessed me. Now remember, why are we fighting on behalf of a name that we have been given that is above all other names? So when he prayed, all I just did was, and he did everything there, and I said, Amen, in Jesus' name. Very simple. Is that not it? I have received your blessing, but I received it in the name I believe in. Shikena. So when he saw me do that, and I was like, thank you very much for the blessing, I think he shifted his dimension. So what I'm trying to say is that it's just a spiritual alignment. I've had on this platform someone from the Islamic faith, someone from the traditional faith, but I think we African people is one of the divisive tendencies that has been thriving amidst us for years. So we should be able to soar above such sentiments and be able to have meaningful conversation that moves us forward as a people. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome officially to Street and Cathedral.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So today's topic is African men and romance. Yeah, like I said, it's like we are getting our report card today. because there's been now my what actually led to this conversation is this. To be honest with you, I'm very sure my wife also will be interested in this because she's already online. Everybody's actually interested in this episode. I believe this will be the most watched. Come and hear now. I've been telling you, you are unromantic. So I'm like, baby, how can I be romantic? We don't believe in opening doors for you. If you are thinking that is opening, I believe in church service, our family A and B. They just enter the car. So I'm just saying, I'm just talking now. I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just saying, and you expect me that everywhere we go, I'll be the one to open door for you, grab the door, take all your loads. Don't, babe, this movie, this real life, I can't do that too. These are the arguments going on in home. And I say, you don't remember my birthday, you're not buying me gifts, you don't love me. Baby, when last has landlord come and chase us out of this house? What can be romantic than the fact that I'm guiding us from shame? Telling me to be buying chocolates for you, buying... what is wrong with you? I'm romantic, fam. I'm taking care of you. I'm paying the serious school fees. I'm taking care of you. I say, no, you just have to come and give me breakfast in bed. And I go and cook for me. You don't see where the argument they come from now. I'm not talking for myself. You don't shake your head. Not be me. This is not based on my own personal story. I'm telling you.
You can do it.
So now let's talk about that cultural influence, the cultural clash about your expectation on African men and the cultural reality of African men. Is it that you guys are not pitching tent with our culture anymore? Is there a cultural clash in all these things going on? Or it's just that you feel that naturally African men are not trying their best? African men who make me come hear your report card now. So who wants to go first? You jump first.
No, I think Kash should go.
You are here first, so you do the honors of going first.
Okay, so you were saying if it's a cultural thing. So I won't say it's a cultural thing per se. It's just the way time evolves and people evolve with it. Back in the days, you see, like our parents, let's say our parents' generation, the generations before them, the things they consider as romance is different from what we consider as romance. And it's almost the same thing too. Back then, I really do not know much apart from the movies I used to see back then. But then you have an idea of what I'm trying to say. They would follow you to the farm. They will help you carry your things if you're walking home. And not it's just the little things you do. You providing for your family is not romance. They are two different things entirely. Yes.
I'm not arguing.
Romance and provision for your family, they are two different things entirely. So
keep your face straight, Dimeji, if you're not arguing.
Okay.
They're two different things. If you're providing for your family, you can be a great father and not be a great husband. So provision is different from romance, and with the time has evolved to where people now know what makes them happy, especially in a relationship. That's where you have the love language and all these other things that come up in it. So I just feel like as we grow older, times are changing, times are evolving. People are becoming more self-aware of themselves and what makes them happy individually. So
okay,
that's how I will
just
say.
react quickly to this before Cash jumps in. You said that responsibility isn't the same as romance.
Yeah.
Did you tell me now? Explain to me what love means to a girl, because I can explain from a boy angle what love means to a girl, what love means to a lady, and what love means to a woman.
So I won't say for every woman. I will speak for myself. If you love me, I should be able to feel from your actions towards me. You should be able to speak in the language that I understand. For me, it might be acts of service. Like, oh, this person, I can talk. Someone you can talk to, someone you can rely on. It's different from, oh, I only like this person because this person pays my bills, or is far from that. That's why you would see this thing sometimes. They would say, oh, can you marry a poor man? Can you marry a rich man if he's rich and he's not giving you attention and he's giving you this and he's giving you that? So I just feel like there are two different things entirely. You can love transcends in different ways. People interpret love in different ways. Love is kind, love is patient, love is just basically seeing yourself in someone else. Someone that you know that you can do anything to make this person happy.
Okay.
Like you have no limits, no. I just want to this person's presence in my life, it gives me joy. You're just happy. You're not sad all the time. You're not thinking, well, just come and do what you want to do and go.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay,
that's
thank
what,
you. I'll take
yeah.
that as an opening speech. Big shout out to that's Mayowa yoga. The yoga. She said, "Oh, I thought I missed this. Anything me." Shout out to you, Mayowa. Big shout out. Maximum love for you. I see the drag all of you come here, so your time never come. Just know. From Edith Olasoyan, she said, "What is your definition of African culture?" I think you're satisfied with what it is. I think it will diverge into that. So, Cash, let me ask you. Same question. I expect maybe different report card from you. The cultural influence right now. Does it mean that you are not pitching tents with our culture? Or your expectations from African men are just European standards? There's a cultural clash embedded in this.
Yeah, so for me, who is an African man? And then what does romance mean to an African man? It's difficult to talk about this African man without looking at the African man and his way of life, his cultural values. Because romance is very broad. What constitutes romance to one person is different from another person. But let's take a very broad perspective. The African man and his way of life. Now, an average African man, I'm not speaking for every African man, but an average African man from the best knowledge that I have and experience, romance is about protecting his household and providing for his household. Now, if an African man goes out, he makes sure that he comes back home with something. He doesn't come back empty-handed. He makes sure that his family members have a roof over their head. He makes sure that his wife is not humiliated, is not embarrassed by the way she appears, by the kind of work that she does. Now, this is what romance means, to the best of my knowledge, to an African man. And of course, from my experience dealing with African men. If an African man does this for you, he makes sure maybe probably you have a car, depending on your level, you understand your economic strength. He provides a car for you as his wife. He makes sure the children are well taken care of. You are well taken care of. And then maybe because you have gotten so comfortable to these things that he provides, then you want to take it a notch further. Because you are educated. Probably you have a job. You financially, you're also independent as a woman. Then you begin to look at what romance is to somebody outside of your culture. For example, the Western world. Oh, how come he doesn't buy me flowers? How come he doesn't open the door for me? But the truth of the matter is that has never been the way of the African man. That is not his culture. The African man is what protects the woman. You understand? So for us, our love language is not sentimental, so to speak. It's more of the tangibles. That's the way I see it, and I believe that is what the African man has got to offer. Now, times have changed, like Itunu said. We have evolved as a people, and cultural imperialism is something that we can see in all aspects of our lives, including romance. You find out that today we have companies who, like the Royal Hogs, you have a bed filled with roses. A man is trying to show his wife that he cares, he's romantic. But the truth of the matter is that is not our culture. When I talk about the standard of society, the level you are in the society, if you are at the very humble level, you know, I don't want to use the other word, if you're at a very humble level in society, so you are dealing with survivor on a daily basis, you are praying that your husband should bring money home for food. You are not thinking of flowers. You know, you are struggling how to pay the children. The man is struggling how to pay the children fees. The least thing on your mind is breakfast in bed. You see. So this is difficult to say that, oh, African men are not romantic. You can say that depending on the level that you are. Now, even if you are a very comfortable lady, you are working, you have money, you want your man to open the door for you in a society like Nigeria, to me, it will look ridiculous because he may be the only man in the church opening the door for you.
And you know what? Just to buttress this, so that people will understand why I needed to bring cultural influences and clash for upfront. In this society here, you would agree with me, it's a normal thing when people walk on streets and you just see people kissing. It's like we don't in Nigeria. Please don't you pure water. Conductors every shout, make na go useless gay. You go to gay.
Exactly.
Even though the word that's involved,
you look ridiculous when you do things that
This thing you're saying, it was before.
Really?
No, it's not before. It depends on where you do these things. Now, that's what I talk about levels. There are levels.
Location.
You understand? It depends on your level in society. Even as a young girl, you know, you want your boyfriend to do certain things for you. Sometimes it is not realistic. And it you talked about, people are very aware. Now, let me even use the opportunity to talk about this issue of I'm aware. I'm a woman who knows what I want.
I'm woke.
My darling, it is killing us more than it is making us. Because the reality is, what you define as happiness is not attainable. Because sometimes we miss the point. What really matters? Okay, if you have a man today who takes care of his responsibilities, he takes his duties very seriously. And what do I mean? He makes sure that his goals align with yours. He's supporting you in your chosen career. The last thing that should be on your mind is that I have not heard what is it called? This.
Let me cut it. I'm sorry to cut you short, but because you are going to an angle where we are still going to. We are still going. Let me take that as your opening speech. And both of you actually, I love the brilliant submission you gave your opening speech because you've given us different perspective to look into. Believe me or not, like I first told you about the kissing episode, and also you would agree with me that this Africanity, we are experiencing many things at the same time. We are experiencing certain people in our culture that are embracing our Africanness. We are experiencing people that are committing conscious cultural suicide. They don't want to have anything to do with their Africanity. We are also experiencing people who feel like they want to merge both words together. We need to know where we pitch our tents with. So we need to even know who we are dealing with. Is this a white person with black skin? Franz Manon said, white person, black mask. There are a lot of people, just because you see them, they are black, they are not African, they are Europeans, you know. And we have black people also who are Africans. We have our people who patronize Africanity as those tourist people come to Africa and say, oh man, I love you guys, Safari. And they're Africans though. So we need to actually now start, just like we are picking beans, because these are things that are dividing marriages, man. And we are going to the root causes right now. And I love this conversation because we are not actually saying, African man, you will die, you are doing this. No, we are trying to actually address the root cause. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about before we move into the sexual conversation is an is an adult-rated 18, please. If you have your kid with this phone, just collect it, please, I beg you. I warned you. So let us talk about that, the analysis I brought. Love to a boy. When we started dating culture, because practically the media raised us. Practically. Where did I learn how to kiss from? Not my mom, not my dad. From. If the streets didn't raise you, and it's not even the streets, the media. Now the media where we watch all this nonsense from, we won't practice back. So the first time I wanted to have a girlfriend, it is the media. The kind of babe I should go for, it is the media. How I should speak, now the media. How I should start dressing, now media. All this, the media first gave us the exposure we had. And who are the people that dominated the media culture? We know, right? We know who dominated. So now, what does love means to a boy? Love to a boy means, let's say, someone who's stroking your ego. Someone who everybody can affirm. It's me, damn. It's me, Nadimi, babe. A boy is not actually watching out if Cash is cheating. The fact that when Cash is around, oh, that babe like you. All those mumu love, when they do extra cool, just foolish anyhow that year. Now, now waiting the sweet with boys that when we move to guy, like a guy within the 20s and all, we are aware of class consciousness fully. We don't know where we pitch tent with. I don't know. Say, by default, you get some babe we are not gone for. Forget boldness, forget charisma. And even if I date these babes, it's still like I still they live in something to say, really day realistic. Because even Itunuoluwa sisters, they tell Itunuoluwa say, what are you doing with this fuck boy and for? This guy is a load. But Itunuoluwa never still see him because what love means to a lady too, as they come there. What love means to a guy is we crave for societal acceptance. So we do it because of societal acceptance. Cars get matchy. Damn, guy, you bag him. So it's still the ego stroking. But unfortunately, many men never outgrew this boy session. I repeat it. Unfortunately, many men you see in this society never outgrew this boy session because I will still want you to answer what conversation is the category of nerd Unwanko having for him to still go and meet such a young lady, pretty lady that is supposed to be our own kind of catch. You supposed to leave that babe for people like us now. Forget not only you get money, but even that's a show me going to call babe when me I know if you couple. But now still conversation where we they put aside. I see that not all men has actually left this this mindset. Maybe all people where you see with white baby and they grow for their mind. So some people are still in this boy session. Sometimes you are stuck with a boy in your marriage. So a man, what love means to a man, are respect and peace. To hell with how you look like to a man. You never see say them now where you see say this guy fire. They expect someone like Beyonce beside her. You could just see a wife. Maybe not just one normal girl will say to you go fish in 5%. That man doesn't care, man. Why? Because to him, love is, I just want to get peace of mind. I tell you, nothing when man crave for past respect and peace. And a man can actually adjust to your taste if you give him these two things, respect and peace. Man, you see how they put hand for year. Man, no be crazy. Man, man. So to a lady, what does a lady? Love means to a girl. A girl wants to be chased. A girl just wants. In fact, now then you feel read Psalm 91 to this girl. Curse your mama on top of her. The girl like her. Tell her I'm saying you go give her my family compound. Sell dreams. In fact, dreams will not make sense. Sell them to her. Girl go. Her head go because she wants to be chased. It is normal. We are human beings. It's a face. A lady. At that lady face, what does a lady want? She also wants to be accepted societally. It's now didn't your boy. Mother your boy. Me they just tell me about now that societal acceptance. We catch a lot. That is where we groom the culture. But now this is where I can't speak for it. That's why I'm asking because we don't confuse. Do you believe? Me, I believe that to a woman, love is responsibility. We have large influx of single mothers right now. In my head, I'm thinking, what is the first thing all these single mothers will actually want from a man if they will actually want to give it a try? Let us even say maybe now that lady-ish period, they make that mistake. But now we say they don't wise, they don't see life, they don't cater for life, they don't nurture life. What does love mean to them? Responsibility is more important than any other thing. To me, I beg, I just speak from my angle. But I now watch one program. This program, I saw, people holding balloon. This guy walked in, handsome guy, 6 pack, tall. This guy was just ticking all the boxes of what a lady actually wants. He has a good profession, blah, 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 blah. So nobody popped balloon. What?
Just a minute.
No problem.
I need to step
No problem. So, Cash, they feel me back?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy ticked all the boxes, from top to bottom, everything. And when this guy was asked, so what do you expect in your lady? What kind of lady do you want? The guy said, well, I want a lady, this, that, but I don't want someone who has got a kid before, blah. every single of this lady popped their balloon. I say, what? So you are telling me right now, say, boy like me now, maybe say I still day market, I'm not going to see single babe that is actually willing to settle down for someone who's actually done a lot for himself. Because that guy said he is not going to be responsible for someone else's responsibility. They popped that balloon. Now, you said we've evolved. You know we have an high rise of influx of single mothers right now, baby mamas, and we have it's a societal issue right now. So let me now ask another question now. And that's the question that is actually causing issues. And that question is very simple. What do you bring to the table? You say that question right now. If you ask your babe now, maybe babe change that for you. What do you know what I bring to my table? And I'm so disappointed in the so-called celebrity. The other day on one podcast, I saw Tolani Badge publicly. They talk say what I bring to my on the table is my creamy whatever pea. You know, my creamy pea. So if it's easy, this is do. I'm like, babe, calm down. Even if you are trying to be portraying the fact that you are a bad and bougie babe, and so this is actually what you bring to the table. And you really think for the only gods, no other person get creamy and sweet pea. For the whole Nigeria, now only you get creamy and sweet pea. So my question now is, now this conversation of what do you bring to the table is where most African men turn off their romance. Is it a valid conversation? Is it something that we should have when it comes to relationship and marriage? Or you really think you have to accept me for who I am? Accept me for who you are. Then who are you is the question. Who are you that you are bringing to the table? Don't ask me that. Find out for yourself. Like, people actually want people to commit errors with their eyes wide open in this generation, and they call it what? They call it love. So have we redefined love? Has love also evolved in all this conversation? Or this is a society where we just need to accept our bad, good, and ugly, even when someone is not even responsible for your whatever, kind of how you came out to be. I have to just be part of your darkness. Let us have this conversation, fam. And I know you ladies, you are very picky. If I come with my primary school now, if I don't get like 5 kids, and they come with my primary school, I can't tell you, say, babe, you be in charge of this my nursery school. I don't worry, I will take care of you. That moment, you don't see everything that is wrong with my life. But some people go stay based on say the guy get money. So let us have this conversation, because this is going on. Like, people are condescending this kind of love to material things. Like, yeah, as long as he has money, I don't care. Even if Oshiomole in B or Nedin Woku. It's a crazy society right now. Men are really getting scared. And they feel like we can't trust you. And we are actually pulling things back from ourselves. So let us have this conversation. What do you bring to the table is the question. But I think you can go deep as you can go to. So who wants to kick in first?
Tunu can go on.
I went first the last time, so you carry on. Let me.
Okay, Dimeji, there's a lot to unpack from all you've said. But first, let me look at it from the aspect of love. You're asking if the definition of love has changed, or what do women want, or what is love to an average woman? I don't think the definition of love has changed. I think the only thing that has changed is common sense. Most people don't have common sense anymore. Common sense is not common anymore. And then while you were explaining, it reminded me of something. It was this friend of mine who was considering this guy for marriage. But then she told me that the guy checked out all the boxes. He was a caring guy and everything. So she said, babe, I will not accept this guy's proposal until he tells me how much he has in his account. Until he tells me how much he has in his account. So I found it very strange. Now, this was years back when we were in school. So I found it very strange. I was having a conversation with my dad, and then I asked him. I wanted to know my father's thought about it. And my father said, what kind of stupid question is, what kind of stupid thinking is that? You know, I didn't say it was a friend. I just told him straight. So my father was responding to me. You know, he said, "What kind of stupid thinking is that?"
Okay.
He said, "Kashimana, I'm disappointed." I said, "No, it's not me. I'm asking, you know, it's a friend." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Okay."
Popsy won't enter you sharp
Yes,
sharp.
because that is my father for you. And then he said, because marriage is not a financial transaction. So why would you be asking to know somebody's account balance, you know, how financially stable he is? Before you get to that point where you consider somebody for marriage or relationship, you have common sense to be able to tell the sort of character that this person is. You know, so for a woman, like I said, nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is that we lack common sense. If you have common sense, I don't need to ask a guy, what do you bring to the table? I know you, I know the sort of character that you are. For me to hang out with you, I can tell that, look, this man, this guy is responsible. Now, you don't, for a woman, I think every woman needs a man who will step up, who will stand up for her when the need arises. Because the man may have all the money in the world today, but he may not have character. So we now put money first and then put character behind. But the real test of any kind of relationship is character. You understand? And then when women come online to shout and say, "Oh, the guy is this, the guy is that," you knew that this guy was flawed, in terms of character. But you went ahead to
Now, you putting us under a microscope in such conversation seems as if we are some sort of specimen in the laboratory. Are you not human beings like us? Are you not flawed?
No, I'm not. No, I'm speaking as a woman
Okay.
now. You understand? Because you asked what it means to women, isn't it? So I'm telling you that for women, what love means to us it's not. You can't generalize it because every woman has what she wants. But looking at it from a broader perspective, I'm saying that every woman needs a man who will step up, who will stand in for her. But the problem is, we look at a man who will stand in for you or who will be there for you only in the aspect of money. But it is not the money. It is not a man who has money that will be there for you. It is a man who has strong character. I don't know if you
Yeah,
understand me.
100%.
You understand? Because a man who has money, he may be somewhere balling. He will neglect you in the house with the kids because you have the gen is on, you have cars, you have all that. You need a man with character. So that's why I said it is a lack of common sense that has landed us where we are today as women. You
Well,
understand?
let me react quickly to that. To know before you come on board, before you react to the question, there's someone who told me. To be honest, I saw this lady. This lady posted on WhatsApp is that a man was kneeling down, giving her, promise ring. And now that man, we she don't born for with her. So I was happy for her. I was like, wow, finally, wow, congratulations and all. A few months later, she don't write, if ladies don't write messages Socrates, where they don't advise us. Advice we don't ask them. Pay fear men. Attend to your life. Baby, how far? Wait till happen. She mean those few months ago, where everywhere good. She now told me that, do I know that even that birthday, the ring, now she buy him. She was the one that instructed the man to do what he did. All because she wanted to make herself happy and post it so that people will not feel that he just gave birth and the man is not responsible. So I'm like, okay, slow down. Wow, Kunya Folayon is not this good. Ramsey is not this good. So you spoke to a man, you bought wedding ring, and you told me action, I caught action, and I knelt down and I so when everybody was congratulating you, were like, it's work now, everybody feels why are you not after the real thing? Why are you after the pseudo, what it looks like? So my question now is still, what do you bring to the table? Because it seems like this generation, I don't understand what we want. It's like we want Sam Adeyemi that has the attitude of Sam Larry, that also has the charisma of Pastor Adeboye. Sam Larry.
Which Larry?
Sam Larry. that has the charisma of Pastor Adeboye. That has the fame of Jay-Z. That is humble like Jesus. Like he's not like character confusion, character assassination. Even God forgive me, even God cannot put those characters together. Jay-Z inside Sam Adeyemi, inside Alpha. Why can't they join everything together and you just want a man to tick all those boxes? What is really going on, Itunu?
this this conversation is, I think it's been had over and over and over and over and over again. Like, and the specs and the whole thing keeps changing. What do you bring to the table? So, like, I would say, like, for a society like ours, I don't even know where to start from, because like Cash said something like, oh, we lack common sense, and I think that's the problem, because now we live in a society where people cannot think for themselves anymore. Just because something is working for A, and then you see it, you admire it a lot, you want the same thing to happen for you, but you tend to forget that you're dealing with a different person entirely. So that's where the major problem lies, because you might be with someone who sees you for who you are and treats you for what you are and how you relate with them, and then you randomly just visit someone or just go online and then see something else, and then you say, oh, do they have two heads? Am I not human being too? Why can't I get this also? And then you get back to your own base and then you start to infuse certain things that are not even realistic, even to yourself. Something that, if the tables were to be turned, it's not something you can achieve by yourself to do to someone else. So I think that's a major problem on its own, that we lack the ability to think for themselves, first of all. And then the way everything now is now, I don't even know whose fault it is that everything is now being materialized. Everything is now
I said bro babes.
a transaction.
I said bro
I think that's
babes. Even bro babes are not choosing the side of bro guys. Their counterpart. Bro, I still understand if Otedola Pikin no one married bro guy.
Everything now is transaction, Dimeji. Okay, I can give you this. What are you going to give me? Okay, if you fly me abroad now, okay, I'll give you my body. That's that kind of thing, and it's become such a norm that if you're not doing that, you look like this one not even ready to make up for this life. That kind of vibe. So let's say the internet.
Yeah, the internet must be, because like everything is in front of us now. People go to Maldives. People are like now Kashimana now the oppressors now. People go see Kashimana post to say, is Kashimana, does he have to me to want to go to the UK? Me to want to all this kind of thing. I'm just using honestly, Kashimana, you are just doing your thing. I'm telling you, fam. You don't know people's reaction to it. Me now, website, I just invite my book, things that inspire. People feel see the helicopter thing and say, I would do everything. Baba, no go do everything. You go write book. So it's just like, what is going on right now? Now let's just have it in the context of relationship. Huh?
I said nobody wants to run their race anymore. That's just the thing. You know, when you're on a racetrack and then you're looking at the next person beside you and trying to see what kind of shoes he's wearing. Maybe it's the shoes that's making him run better, or is the clothes, or is the physique that's making the person run better. So these are the things that trouble us as a society, basically. Because
thank you for that.
What is the oppression behind BBL? What is the pressure?
You be rich, oh. You know, say I tell you, say if like say I fear you. Yeah, you be rich. That was the next. That was supposed to be the next topic.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
because
BBL,
you just go out.
I've had a
friend tell me before, like I think we're talking about love also and relationships in Lagos, because the way love and if they find love for this Lagos now, your height will fall down. You do like this, your height will fall. And then she was talking like, oh, she doesn't need to do so much. Let her just do a hash. Once she do a hash, in less than 3 months, she'll make the money back and have a man.
No, she won't have a man.
That is what she thinks.
She will be in the market, no doubt, but she won't have a man.
Yeah, you know what? Cash. It was this celebrity that was talking about BBL recently. He was talking about BBL recently. He even said he was one that paid for a supposed side chick.
BBL. Those men will pay for you.
So,
Lagos
but
men
they
will
just,
pay for you. Lagos
you
men will
guys
drive
just
you to the
look good. You just look good for the sport, fam. You look good for the sport. You don't look good
Lagos men
to
will pay
nurture
for you.
the kids.
They will
You know what I mean?
they will pay for your BBL. They will drive you to the clinic. They will take care of you after. And then after 3 months, they can release you back to the wild.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lagos men will.
that's the whole point. Just because you won't have a man. You won't have a man. You will just be in the market.
Cash, I beg no vex. Before we move to gender roles, which is the next question, the reason why I brought this topic, and I felt like both of you are the perfect voices on it. Something happened in the UK here. My very good friend, had a conversation with. I swear to see, I don't swear, but I need to swear so people don't think I'm selling out Nollywood movie story. It will sound like Nollywood, but I swear to God, this is true. I don't swear on God, and I swear to God, this is true. So I used to take this lady with my car to walk back and forth. So I overheard the conversation. I couldn't hold it, but to interject that what's going on. So apparently, a friend that has been married for the past 7 years, had 2 kids, decided that she was leaving that marriage, leaving her husband in Delta. She was going to Lagos to go and find man where she go chop in own money. Why? Because they were 3 childhood friends. I swear to Almighty God, I am not lying. To God who made me. Because she had 3 childhood friends. 2 of these are friends have traveled out. And to her, they are successful. But she is stuck back in Nigeria. So what does this man do for you? The man is a pastor. The man gives you like 200,000 naira per month as your monthly allowance. But it's not enough. She left her 2 kids. I swear to God, it looks like a Ike film, I know. But I swear to God, so you go know that I know the cook up story. I know just not mention the girl name, but she knows that what I'm saying is true. She works at my work up till now. So no, they try to speak. In fact, the husband had to call her friends, crying, begging. Very good man. I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't. This is someone who has been brought and bred in the house of the Lord. Listen to preaching, fam. But because God, oh Bob, I don't want to lose it. I couldn't hold it. I asked this her friend. So this my friend told her own mom, because we were trying to interject. Do you know this lady was even insulting the mother? That when my dad died, what have you done for me? So you think because I'm your daughter's friend, you can speak to me now and you can advise me. Don't advise me. I am the one who is in the marriage and know what I'm facing. So as she told her friend that she just need a man to chop her money, the kids will be fine. She will be doing that part. She'll be saying, she left the 2 kids with the husband in Delta State, and she's in Lagos, thrown one to the street. I swear that man, they beat him. That man, they give her in his widow's mites, 200K per month. That man, they try. They do business, and he's a man of God. You know they cheat. More need to talk say na street man, saying in the man. You know be street man. So this thing led me to many thinking like what is going on. And to be honest, you can see, we'll just move to the next, because this is really, this is a societal issue, you know. And I brought you guys on because I realized that I wanted a mature conversation. I want it to be a ladies' conversation so that maybe we can understand what you ladies actually want, you know, what women actually want. That was why I said, what is love to a woman? Because now, even if I want to change, I don't think that lady actually needed change. She must have, if she had married someone, Sabi boy now, she must have tried all her means so that the fault will come from the guy. But because that guy is a pastor, the guiding way, you can't, you know, if you use cheating, hold on, nothing. So you just have to come out of your shell and finally say, I have given in to the societal pressure for the need for me to go to Maldives, for the need for me to destroy my marriage for the sake of materialism, for the need for me to now say you are unromantic, you cannot provide for me, you are not my match anymore. So let me go into the wild and let me go and get what I want. So I now say, does she think that she's the only one in the street of Lagos? See, if Stella Damascus enter Lagos now, she go stand for street first. Who is the finest person for industry? They go start with the hustle street. You know how many girls full Lagos? You think, okay, bam, as you enter like this now, Jide Sanwo-Olu go first. Hey, God. Anyhow, but I just needed to put that into there so that people will know that this conversation is not just a parlor kind of one. This is a real conversation. I bring real topics to them, and my topics are influenced by reality, just like my writing. So you've delved deep into the BBL, and I think I want to categorize that into, I don't know, whatever might be going on, shaping the society the way it's going, tilting towards. I don't want to be part of that menace, but if that is tagged as a romance, we want to know if we can still salvage the situation and say, what do you guys want? You know, okay, I will be able to do this. I don't they adjust to many things. We say, I know they do before it, you know. You see me now, you go think say Ramsey know how they jump beside me. So you understand? But even at that, I'm still maintaining my sanity, my Africanity. And I'm still saying, no, this thing that there's an extent I can go to. There's an extent I can go to. This is not coming from sincere art. You must have seen all these things. So we need to actually have that back. So let's talk about gender roles now. People now talk about gender roles. Nature itself has separated the roles of gender. Like I said, no matter how much I love you, Cash, I cannot be pregnant for you. Even if you say that you are stressed, even if I don't want to stress you and I say, Cash, I love you, you are the most beautiful man in the world, please marry me, I cannot be pregnant for you. You have to be the one to house that baby in your stomach, right? And so because nature itself has given us our roles, but these days it seems as if we are talking about no. And these gender roles, we need now to discuss it. You cannot be a man in this aspect. You cannot be man in this aspect. I also have it. So how has gender roles also played out into the discussion of the romance of African men? This gender role, this woke generation, this equity, equality, all this gender conversation going on. How has it also influenced this, African men before we now move into sexuality?
Equality. First and foremost, I don't believe in equality. Yeah. Because as a management student, it doesn't make sense to me. Equality, we are all unique. We're all unique human beings. So I don't see how you can say that two human beings are the same. I can't say that I'm equal to my husband because he's different, I am different. He does certain things so well, better than me, and I do so many things so well, better than him. So I can't talk about, that's why I said, look, I don't believe in equality. I believe in delegation of responsibility based on your capacity to deliver. You understand? So if in the household, the woman is the person who can, she can bring in the money, by all means necessary, the man should be willing to support her to bring home the money. If the man is very good with the kids, the woman should do everything to support him, to give the children the support that they need. Because when it comes to let us look at it. Even when it comes to relationship or marriage, it's about two people. I always say it. Be in love with you, the arrangement and the system that you have in place that works for you. Because I understand societal pressure, I understand societal expectations, but they don't transcend to reality of things within the home or within the context of your relationship. You understand? So if you are good at something, I cannot force you to be a man, in quotes. Because being a man is not just going out. So, okay, maybe I can manage the shop. You are not good with customer relations. So anytime you go to the shop, we make very low sales. So instead of you to stay in the shop, you can stay in the house for a few hours. Then come home. When the children come back from school, you can come home, can go and take over. You understand? That may be our own arrangement. So for me, these gender roles have always changed. And what I'm saying now it's not just happening. When I was growing up, you had men who would take care of kids and their wives will be in the shop. You
Do you
have
think
men.
Cash,
Yeah.
a quick question, do you think the role of family has a lot to play in this? Because you saying this, that your dad actually reacted to that. I'm thinking in another case scenario. Let's assume a lady going to maybe a single mother or a father that reacted differently to that. Do you think the role of family also has a lot to play in all these things that we are talking?
Of course. That's why you see, when it comes to family is everything. The society we have today is as a result of the broken family system that we have. And when we say today women are woke, we know what we want. At whose expense do you know what you want? It is at the expense of your children. So just yesterday, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. If I have 5 kids and I'm to choose my happiness over those 5 children, then something must be wrong with me. Except in extreme cases. You see, so when we talk about coming back to gender roles, I believe that it should be purely on what benefits the family. For example, if I'm not very good at doing the children's homework, why should I be in the house struggling to do homework when I don't know it? My husband knows it, so he shouldn't see himself as, oh, I'm a man, I can't be doing this with the children. He should be able to take up that responsibility while I do something else that I'm good at. Maybe I'll be ironing the children's uniform while he's attending to the homework. Maybe I'll be in the kitchen. But if he's good at cooking and I don't know how to cook, why should the children's nutrition suffer because he's not a woman? So for me, gender role, there should be no separation. It should be a function of who can do it better to the benefit of the
And
family.
I think you are right. I think you are right because my son right now, even he's crying already. He's crying already. He, for some reasons, I don't know, he prefers me to his mother, always. And I beat him, I do, but when it comes to this aspect of feeding, it's like the guy already knows who to go and meet when he's hungry, who to go and meet when he wants to play, who to go and meet when he wants to go and sleep. So the roles like that now, he understands that, okay, these two guys, they're my parents, I love them, but I know who to go and meet when it comes to, So yeah, I think you are absolutely right. So wrap up on your point so that Itunu will jump in.
Yeah, so these days when we talk about whether it's feminism or equality, these are social what's the word now? For me, they don't really serve the purpose of the family. You understand? I believe that a woman should be treated right. I don't need feminism I don't need to be a feminist to know how to be treated. You understand? I don't need any concept, any new, because there will be other concepts that will come to tell me how I should be treated. If you know me, if you look at me, you know you cannot disrespect me the way in the manner that I've conducted myself as a woman. So we need to do away with some of these social constructs that destabilizes the foundation of families. So it's about, because I can't advise you to say, oh, why is your husband watching TV while you're in the kitchen? Your husband cannot cook. What is he doing in the kitchen? Do you understand? Oh, you will say, because my husband is in the kitchen, maybe I'm taking advantage of him. No, there's something that I'm good at, I'm doing for the benefit of the family. So you must understand that gender roles we've never had clearly defined gender roles. It has always been about who can deliver, who has the capacity to do what. Because I know I was born in the 80s, so I saw family members, how it worked for them. But today you say a man has to be a man, a woman has to be a woman. My dear, whatever you can do to the benefit of the family, get on board with it. If you're a man, you can cook. Cook every weekend if you have a job.
Aisha
It
even said it that marriage is a partnership right now. And I think it's not just a 50-50 thing. It's like I'm bringing my 100 in, you are bringing your 100 in. There's nothing called 50-50. 50-50 means you are holding something back. We produce a life right now. So why will I bring half back and be expecting you? I'm the one that did it. I'm bringing my 100% in. You are bringing your 100% in.
Yes, let me quickly add, honestly, when we shame men who take up certain roles that people believe are traditional roles of women, when we shame them, these are men that I respect.
Yeah.
When you see a man who takes his family role, who takes care of his family, people will say, na woman rapper, or that woman don't use jazz for him. That is a man right there. Some men will see the children's clothes. In the morning, you hear that the child does not have uniform to go to school because it wasn't washed. What did the papa they do?
Thank you.
Do you understand me? Because if you marry a woman today, you don't expect that the woman will be all round. Take her for who she is. This is what my wife is good at. Then let her focus channel her energy to what she's good at. Then you do, because at the end of the day, it's for your children. You're not doing it for me.
Yeah.
So if you decide to neglect it, your mother taught you how to cook. All of a sudden, you are a man. I can't do it. My dear, you're fooling yourself, and
So
you're
you savvy speak Yoruba like this. I never get to Yoruba from Kashimana.
So at
thank
the
you.
end of the day, we are in it together. Have that mindset.
I believe that. I believe that honestly, and that is where people have been telling us that we should marry our friends. It's easier on that journey when you marry someone you can joke with, someone who you can't get angry for long. Someone who you guys forgive yourself easily. You guys even need yourself more than you guys need to be separated and all. And what I see people doing these days, like someone said, Aisha said, feminism is a social construct. Maybe I'll make that a topic someday.
Yeah, you should.
Like the social engineering going on in all aspects of family it's quite alarming. So I want you to jump on board on this, and let us also. I want you to take a different turn on this. Let's talk about romantic expectations. And when I say romantic expectations right now, I'm talking about expectation versus reality. That's the question for expectation versus reality. Like, how do we now, with the surge of economic might of women, it has been said that recently women are more in professional jobs and possibly earning more than men. And if not earning more, their salary scale are even at par. You know what I mean? So gone are the days where men are the ones hunting for money and coming back home to take care of the family. Women are also into these professional spaces and all. And to some certain extent, this has also served as another issue that marriages are facing. I also have job. I also do this. Don't talk to me like that. I'm a lawyer. What do you mean? And many things are going on. And I'm not saying that it's the fault of the women. I'm not saying it's the fault of the men. I'm just saying that maybe we are yet to adjust to that reality. So what is that, that interpersonal personal connection that we need to be aware in this evolution that has taken place in this society compared to the traditional way of I'm going take the money for food on Friday. Women cannot afford things themselves. They can afford to take themselves out. They can afford even to take care of their kid. But right now, things that are even saying in front of their children, your father is a useless man. Many things we need to correct just because of this economic might. What do you have to say in line of that affected the interpersonal connections between men and women?
So, first of all, I think for every relationship here, there has to be respect.
Yeah.
If the both of you respect each other, no matter how much you're earning, it will even come into the relationship. Rather, people will be going band for band. Oh, you are proud to say, oh, my husband did this for me yesterday. Me, oh, this is how I want to do my own back. Oh, he treated me to this nice thing yesterday. I want to do my own back. So if there's respect in the relationship and there's no... One other thing about African men is the ego. I'm sorry. Some men cannot stand it. They absolutely... we've seen cases where they would write emails to the company where the wife is working and say, oh, please don't promote my wife. Because I fear, not that the wife had actually done anything yet, but I fear that if she earns more than what she's earning now, she would not respect me again because they've not been to that stage in the relationship. And I think it still goes back to respect also. So respect and ego plays a big role in this whole thing. In maybe I'm earning more than this person is earning more than me. I think that's just the two things that work hand in hand. To the best of my own knowledge, me, I'm not married yet,
Wow.
so.
Wow. What you just
I'm not
no,
married yet. I don't from
what you just said
relationship.
now is alarming, and I think Chimamanda Adichie said that any man that she could easily intimidate, maybe her success, her charisma could intimidate. That's exactly the kind of man she doesn't want to be with. Me personally, I've never, I've never been intimidated by anybody in my life.
Oh, Dimeji, sorry to
Okay.
cut you short. Some men are, and then it's just the way you have two categories of men. Some men can't wait to have problems in their work and say, oh wait, let me call my wife. She will give me an idea. She will tell me, so she will at least she will tell me what to do or just give me insight. And some men are just like, no. I don't. I think it still boils down to respect and ego. I think that's just it.
And there's a quote I feel is foolishness. And I think I would encourage people to stop that. They say you don't know the value of things until you lose it. It's madness. Will you let your child die before you know the value of your child?
What do you mean you don't know the value of what you have?
Yeah, like I think we should stop
You
using
buy
that because it's more like everybody's waiting for the worst case scenario. Why should I lose cash as my lover for me to now know our value? For what? So I'm supposed to live in pain? There's some code that sounds like wisdom, but it's actually foolishness. And I think we should not bring that mentality to relationship.
No, Dimeji, this thing that you said, sometimes you get used to the idea of having something, then it just becomes a norm for you. In this part of the world, we call it see finish. This person, you see this person as a constant. This person is always there. Oh, don't worry. She will wait for me. She will be there. And then when maybe some things now happen, and then the whole situation changes. That's when you now start saying that there are some things you take for granted when you have them that you don't because you've gotten so used to the idea of having them. Like It's not something that you're so secured in the knowledge that this thing is there until it's no longer there. I think that's where that thing comes from. Like, you don't know the value of what you have until you lose it.
Well,
so
my encouragement to everybody, please don't live your life by losing, because I don't pray, because I don't know, I don't pray to lose people. Why will I know the value of my mom until she's dead? Or lose someone who's actually making my life easier, meaningful to me, before I know her value or his value in my life? And we brought that into friendship. We brought that mentality into relationship, marriages, and everybody's, these days we need to now start, correcting many things that has gone wrong. And that's one of those things that we need to, hear, that please don't lose valuable women in your life, responsible women, sweet women, beautiful women, supportive women, all because you feel like she's always there and you've gotten, you like Itunu says, see finish. Baba, outside you understand the fact that when you go outside there and you now know her value, someone else that actually has been waiting for that value, that he has suffered for that. Once she grabs that, he's not letting her go. Once I grab that your value where you lose, I'm not letting it go. You are not coming back and saying, you know what, guy, back off right now. I know my Baba, your value is gone. Me and now this person is making a plus. And these are the things we need to. This life is so short, man. This life we are living recklessly in this generation is so short that we think we can hurt anybody, we can live our life anyhow, we can raise any kid anyhow, and we are contributing menace to the society. Like Cash also said, that family is the bedrock. I appreciate big shout out to Cash dad. I appreciate that statement that he said. Yeah, I appreciate, and that is someone that is telling us that the value of love cannot be valued. It's not monetary. That's prostitution. More not just the package where is prostitution, fam. And a man that has gotten used to prostitution will come at you based on prostitution, and you will think that he's taking care of you. Okay, man, we carry you go chop dinner, all that you priced them. You even said you have to buy gown and everything, and it's not telling you how far and we are lodging at this place. I say, what do you mean? What do you take me for? Baby, what do you use yourself? What do you take yourself for? You know, if you buy your own clothes, many things they will say just extra. I'm not saying that a man cannot treat you nice, but all I'm saying is that do not make it your right. More like it has become your routine. It has become your regular, and you've seen it as your right. Anyways, I know this is a battle that to win. It's man, God has to intervene, but we'll try our best. So let us move to that X-rated talk, and we call this a wrap. And that is the sexual conversation. I know this is where many wrong men and wrong women have been waiting for. So the sexual conversation around African romance is this: you guys, the yabos, say we like woo to the answer. Say we know the, you know what I mean. And I think most African men are guilty in this aspect. When it comes to sexuality, in this society, I see people beside the road, they kiss themselves, they hug themselves. You see, one is trying to go to the bus, one is pulling the one back, saying, don't go. Some will be looking themselves behind, they will run back to themselves, kissing. They look, say, which kind of nonsense is this one? Make now end all this your movie. This is your short clip, this is your skit, make now end up. African men, if you kiss me too much, I'm a baby, you are walking the dragon. African men want to go straight to the point. Say, this one way we did good mood now, before bad mood come, how far? But you guys are saying, no. You guys are not romantic, take time. But what is the conversation around this sexuality? Is it like you feel African men are not taking details enough in that aspect, which makes you feel valued? Or this is a personality thing?
So, haven't spent time in this society. Honestly, never spent time here. I will always say that the African woman has it good. She has a lot of things going well for her that she fails to see and understand. The love here, with all due respect to the Western culture, the love here is highly volatile. With all the drama, you see flowers, going out for dinner. My dear, after 6 months, it's all gone. You wake up, you won't even see the man. The way they don't know if what I'm saying is strange to
Yeah,
you.
100%. I don't just want to contribute to it before
Okay.
they come fire.
Yeah. So the love here, I've seen it, and I keep telling my friends. My friend told me once, said, "Cash, the way I see you, if you were single, if you had come to the UK single, say I for no marry." I said, "You are right," because with what I see, and you see that the romance is there, but there's no longevity. It's it's just like the spur of the moment decision. One moment that they are overwhelmed with so much love for you, they do a lot of things for you that you'll be like, oh, this guy has swept me off my feet. 4 years. He wakes up one day and then he will tell you, I can't do this anymore. You're asking, what have I done wrong? It could just be that he didn't water the flowers. And he's done with the relationship. But the black man, talking about black man and African man and romance. The African man stays long term.
African men, make na clap for yourself. Oh, Cash give us power. Wow.
The African man puts a lot of things into consideration before he says goodbye. He puts a lot of things into consideration because one, you will think of what your mother will say, what your father will say, what the church community will say. You think of what your siblings who are looking up to you.
You are part of me already.
So you say
you are part of my ego. You are part of that ego that I have
same
already.
ego that we criticize the African man for is also part of what prevents him from tearing his family apart because they're like, the made you don't divorce, so that kind of thing. But over here, it doesn't mean anything. In fact, he will be divorced 5 years before his parents will know about it. In fact, he's even married other women and divorced before his parents will know about it. You see, so when you talk about the culture of a people, it is your culture because it is what works for you. This is who you are as a people. This is what works for us. So in as much as we want to take from the Western culture, and add it to what we have, we must take what they have and then modify it to suit our culture. You understand? Because I think that is where the confusion is coming in. Because, like you rightly said, social media teaches us so many things. But I am not going to fault my man for not coming home with flowers. But I will have a problem if the bills are not taken care of and I'm embarrassed that I come home and there's no light.
And you know the funny thing?
Because he misappropriated the family funds. For me, that is more important.
See, I want to interject quickly. Why do we complain about things that can be learned over things that is actually what makes us to be sought after globally? African men are sought after globally. Nigerian men precisely. You know why? Because naturally it's part of our culture. I went to Egypt the other day. I had my first international girlfriend. And why? It's a normal thing. Why I go follow babe go supermarket and you go pay? So we dragged. So I told her that you are insulting me. You told me to follow you to supermarket and you don't want me to pay. She said, no. I just needed the company. I said, you don't do that. And I'm being serious. If you pay, I'm not talking to you anymore. This is you insulting me. I don't care how much you have. Let me pay. So she thought I was dead serious and I paid. And she was thanking me. I said, no, like, you don't do that. You should have gone and just go and buy whatever you want to go and buy before you come and tell me. You can't tell me you want me to follow you to supermarket and you pay. And she said one statement. He said, nobody does this in my country. She said, no guy has ever paid for anything she has ever bought for. That she has always been the one buying things for guys, even her boyfriends in her country. I was like, oh boy, this is a big flower. And these are things that Nigerian men are so used to. Responsibility.
But
We were groomed in it.
our women don't know. That's why I said what you have here is very volatile. It's not realistic. Because it's here. When I came here, I find I have friends who are in love, serious relationship. But whenever they go out for a meal, she will have to pay. It didn't make sense to me.
It's insulting to me.
But these are the things that we enjoy, that our men do. So even when you are earning money as a woman, there's a part of you that wants your man to be a man in that aspect.
I started hearing about 50-50 bills. Now, I'm sorry to say that. Let me chip this in. If not for a woman, a widow raised me, and not just any widow. Thank God for my mom. She's a nurse, and she set the standard of the kind of women I wanted in my life. I have always wanted a professional woman, because I did bring that my dad died and my mom was just maybe someone who's a full housewife, whatever. I might not have turned out to be what I am right now. So ever since then, she was, if a lady cannot even go above a standard, she was that standard I was looking for in a woman. So when I started hearing people feeling uncomfortable around professional women, saying I cannot date a professional, I'm like, are you crazy? You're intimidated by a lady that is into profession. Those are my kind of babes, man. Those are the kind of babes me I want, that I love. And I started hearing things like, those guys are proud. I'm like, you guys are sick. Because you have not dealt with your inferiority complex. Now we come to a society here where I've seen a lady from this part of this world. She's actually an European lady. Said she actually has a partner does not work. The male does not work. It's just all at home. She's the one that does all the job. And my man, I'm like, why wouldn't you let a man work? Why? So all these things are confusing. And you hear people saying they are doing 50-50. They're splitting 50-50 in kind of, I'm talking about even rent and between, many things like that. I'm not even saying between black families now. So I started questioning myself, this romance that we're actually running after, now the Igbo people now, are you sure? Are you sure you know the nitty-gritty? So continue. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, Dimeji, it also has to do with the situation of things in the country as well, Africa as a whole. We all know what we are going through. So this also makes it difficult for the men, our African men, to be romantic in whatever sense that a woman wants. It makes it difficult. And then it would be nice to see our women kind of tone down on our expectations. That is the only way even we, the women, can have peace. Because you expect this man to do certain things. The truth of the matter is, does he have the means to do these things? The answer is
I must shame him when you know that we are all in the same mess together. And the funny thing, you are saying that I cannot date a broke man. No, the right word is I cannot date someone that looks like your father. No, that's what you should be saying.
Imagine, you know what? I think let us try and leave our parents out of the conversation.
Okay.
Because I think it is very highly disrespectful to say that, when men say your father cannot give you. Honestly, our parents gave us the best they could give us. So sometimes we need to leave them out of the conversation.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful. It's painful because even broke people. No, look, listen. The reason why I chose that.
I get your point. It is. I know it is a revenge statement. It is a revenge statement because you are hot, so you want to say something that will hurt the girl. But like I said, it is not. It is let us leave our parents. Let us leave our parents out of it and focus on ourselves. How to be better.
Okay, I agree.
We women, and the thing is, the social media set unrealistic standards for women. If you are a young girl and you are thinking of, you want to go on vacation, you haven't worked in your life. Do you understand? You have never worked in your life. You don't know what it means to make money. And you want to go on these vacations. Who do you want to give you this opportunity? Or
how do you want this lifestyle to be funded?
How do you want to fund the lifestyle?
It's like you have agreed that you are going to actually sell your body to actually achieve this lifestyle.
Yeah, so that is what it is at the moment, And then don't forget, I always tell people, it's not the first time we have slay queens. We've always had slay queens. You remember, I don't know how old you are, Dimeji, but we used to have city people. We used to have a commune. We used to have, is it Lover something, Hit. We used to have all these magazines. Then you had all these, then what we have like influencers today, we had socialites. The socialites. Ask yourself, Dimeji, where are these women today? And some of these women, then when I ask myself, I say, where is this beautiful woman that was the most sought after lady that time? Everything is for a season. There's a time for a woman to blossom, to be the toast of all men. And then when your evening comes knocking, my dear, nobody will force you to simmer down. Nature will force you to simmer down.
But is that not why is that not why you guys are tampering with nature?
My dear, it doesn't matter how you temper with nature. There's always a time to bow down to nature. It doesn't matter how many surgeries you do. In fact, the more you do, the more ridiculous you look over time. It's just nature. You see. So I believe that it's the society we live in today. But this message should be for individuals, not as women as a whole, because there will always be women who will get it wrong.
Yeah, of course.
But as a young person,
of course.
As a young lady or a family person, you must ask yourself, what do I want? That's why I talked about common sense. you know, something you have to be so in love with what you have that is working for you that so much so that you don't see that which you do not have. Do you understand? Because when I look at what I have personally, I don't know what I lack. I don't know because I don't want to be like you. I don't even want my marriage to be like somebody else's marriage because I don't know what that person is going through.
Yeah.
So what me I am facing, I try to devise means to cope with it. You understand? Because understanding life is important. That look, the kind of life you imagine, you may never get there. So how about what you have to do? How about embracing what you have? So people will say, "Oh, I'm suffering." I know there's so much hunger in the land that people have used it as a means to justify their actions. I am not saying that we have a perfect society. No, we don't. And as a young girl, as a young guy, we all have made our mistakes. Many will make their mistakes, but my dear, common sense is very important.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
African
Kash.
men are doing well. I will always commend the African man. The African woman is also trying because the society is really hard on us as women as well.
Yeah.
To meet up.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
it's not easy.
You've actually done justice to the topic, and I would ask you to know this question as well. But I'll ask you in two folds now. Let's talk about the sexuality, about why people are complaining that African men just go straight to the point. They are not touching some arena, some corners. They are not exploring some key buttons. We are hearing about the G unit. The African men are not touching, they just go straight, boo! Like, why are they? It's like the way life is at them. Now, so then they take do. And the complaint is,
Who are the people people complaining? Because I think if there's one thing you should give to African men, their sexual prowess is something even other people in other parts of the world agree with. So that one, you people now they know how to do that one well.
But
Maybe
romantic with it.
Being romantic is where the issue lies. It's not about your ability to satisfy the other person. But then everybody has their different I think different things work for different people. What should cause satisfaction for this person does not work for this person, or this person can only get satisfied if you touch them this way, or speak to them this way, or treat them this way. I feel it's just different strokes for different people.
Okay, last question. I told you I will ask you two in one, which is the challenges in relationship. We see the way people handle challenge. I love the way Kashimana opened the door of that conversation. Now I'm asking you now, addressing challenges in relationship now. Do you tend to? I want you to personalize now. Do you tend also to, solicit other people's, experiences, advice, or you also approach it with, okay, I have a unique life. This relationship cannot be modeled after any other relationship, and I'm going to, address it the best way. And do you think that's not even why some people have gone tilted towards the wrong way and are saying, I will not even take Kashmana's pattern. This wrong way too is my way, and I'm going to take that way. So, do we have that model we should actually forward our challenges and handling challenges in relationship at?
Okay. So first of all, I believe that when you're in a relationship with somebody, you know who you're dealing with. And the moment you open up your relationship to third parties, I promise you, problems upon problems upon problems. Because everybody, we are all different individuals with different opinions, different views. And then by the time you open these things up, you're hearing from this person, you're hearing from that person, and then you're trying to impose it on someone who does not even believe in those things that you're hearing from them. So if you don't understand who you're dealing with, first of all, there's no way you can tackle any challenges. Because understanding your partner is the most important thing in relationships. Whether it comes to challenges or whether it comes to things that you even like to do together. If you don't understand each other, there's no two way to it. Everybody has their own unique experiences. You have to have a way that I can speak to this person will understand where I'm coming from, get my own point of view. I can also understand this person's point of view, and then the two of us can now decide what works best, where the middle ground is that we can
I think
solve.
you're hammering on communication.
Yeah. I'm a communication
Yeah,
student. I'm
I
sorry.
believe that too.
It's very, very
Yeah,
extremely
I
important.
believe that too. I
Yeah.
believe that too. Even in friendship, I
Yeah,
understand.
it's very, very important.
I
That's why
understand that even in
I
friendship.
don't know, maybe that's a thing for me because personally, I feel like there are certain conversations I can't have over texting. I need to
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
you with your face and then talk to you, read your body language, and know how to proceed what I'm trying to say because context will even get lost when you're texting someone. So it's very, very important for me that I need to know that this person understands where I'm coming from. And then if I'm somebody like that and then I have issues with another person and then you're now bringing someone else to come and it won't make sense to me. Like, no, come on. You can't do that.
Okay,
So
so
you have
third
understanding
party,
is key. Communication is also.
African men, we should do better. All these, I will report you to your mommy. Your daddy
Oh,
has to speak to third party.
you have better communication. Sorry.
So I think that's where, and let me speak on behalf of African men right now. When it comes to communication, I think African men is the way society actually wired us that we should not give into emotion. So most men now, we are consciously now understanding emotional intelligence. We were taught to be deadened to our emotions. Most of our emotions were tilted towards our mother, and it was a protective kind of emotion towards them. Love. It was not an emotion to understand that you guys are unique beings, you are emotional being, and we need to take you for that. And we, over the years, it was later we started to understand that we are logical beings. Women are emotional beings. And emotional beings, there's no way you guys could pick someone who is lying to you. That's why you wanted to see the conversation. I could perfect all my words, my communication via phone, even lie, pretend as if I'm crying over voice notes and know my text message were going right. But you needed to see because you women, you have this ability to pick signals naturally. So you could tell if someone is lying to you. Just like your wife will wake you up in the middle of the night and say, who is Tracy? You never saw that coming. So your reactions are pure. No matter how perfect a liar you are, few seconds you will lose it before you could regain. And that few seconds is what that woman need. I think that's why you needed that physical conversation. Whereas we are logical beings. When you tell us on Monday that this was black, on Wednesday in your conversation, you told us it was white. On Friday, we are questioning you. Why did you say it was black and white? So no matter how much you are kissing us and saying, "Now, babe, just forget it. That is an honest mistake." Babe, come back. Why was it white and black? Then that's where you are saying you are difficult. You are not understand because you want to use emotion to override our logic. But our own 1+1 is telling us that something is wrong. Cash. Your words are not, aligning. Your white on Monday is not black. Is not white on Wednesday. It was black. So why? But you're not giving us explanation. You just want to use that kiss and all to, and that is where you become more suspicious. So like,
Dimeji, I read an article recently. I think it was just last week. I was reading this, then I stumbled on it, and it was talking. You mentioned something now about men being logical and women being emotional, and then the article was trying to counter what you just said.
oh, really?
Like men feel like they are logical, but they are more emotional than women when it comes to making decisions.
Really?
Because
How?
a man do certain things based on how he's feeling at that moment, but a woman would take time and think, like, how is this thing going to serve me in the next 4 days or 5 days? That's when you bring in girl math thing into this thing. So sometimes when it comes to making certain decisions, women can be more logical than men.
Well, let's subject that to argument because if we are going to naturally, how do I win you to date me? You are moved by words, right? By words. So women are audio, men are visual. So when
That
yes, now
you see, Dimeji, yes, sometimes
Oh,
when men come up and say that, oh, women are
yeah,
this, I ask them, I say, who told you?
that was
Did
then, my
we
dear.
tell you that this is how we are wired?
oh yeah,
You
speak,
people
speak,
read,
speak
you
for you.
read, see, and that is why men have always failed to predict women because you don't know
Yeah,
us.
Okay, tell
Men
us.
it's
don't
not
know
like
Oh yeah, we
women.
want to know you now.
They
Tell
will
us.
just say, Momo Obìnrin call you. My dear, you
no.
have no idea.
I'm on cash. I like this way. I like this way. The way you're about is sweet for your mouth. I like the way. Okay,
So,
now okay, tell us. Okay, I've been wrong. I
a
accept.
woman,
For
okay,
sorry, for
yeah.
them to say that a woman can make or mar you, it's a very, very big thing. It's not about emotions, my dear. It's a pure, straight, logical thinking. When a woman wants to deal with you, she will deal with you. When a woman wants to love you, you will. would feel it in every fiber of your being.
So in some, okay, Cash, you call me now. Explain to us, how can we understand a woman? To be honest, this is an honest question, honestly.
I cannot help you,
No,
Dimeji,
yes.
because when you say how can you understand women, from you asking the question, I know you are failed, because which woman can you really understand?
Okay,
We
okay,
are complex. Yes,
good.
a woman is a woman is complex in nature, because a woman's brain. Now, let me never speak for all women. Let me even speak for myself and a few women that I know, including Itunu. A woman is standing, like when it needs to stand by the window in the NIJ. you know, and she's talking to when she was a deputy governor, she's talking to one person. She's already thinking of, why the person is coming to her, what the person wants to achieve, and everything. So it's a woman is long term. A woman thinks long term. So if a woman is really making the decision to marry you now, my dear, she has seen your future that you have not even envisaged, and that is. Well, when you are very enough, that vision that she has seen, you are very enough, she will fight you and bring you back on track. Because she knows that this is where Dimeji is supposed to be. What are you doing, Dimeji? This is not the route that will take you to your destiny.
Yeah.
So a woman, when a man that is not, I'm not belittling the man in any way, shape, or form, but the man is a wonderful human being that can be best nurtured by the vision of a woman, honestly. And the woman you woke up with this morning is not the woman you go to bed tonight with. That is a woman for you. So it is different when men come and say, I know women. Women are like, oh, when I go watch podcasts and like, oh, this is what women want. My dear, what do you think I want today? Tomorrow I'll say I don't want it.
Your mood will
Woman for you.
I was telling Dimeji, I think earlier today when you sent me the flyer, I think you had it with you. So what did I tell you? I said my mood was off. I said no. And then it was like, oh, you said I understand. I said you don't understand this thing. You don't know this.
Exactly.
Because me that I'm the owner, that I own own the body, I can just be like, nah. So we're very complex human beings. And then when men say, oh, what do you want? We don't know. Because what I want now, in the next 2 hours, I promise you, I might NEPA.
Wow.
I might have seen something else that would change my perspective and push me to another. Like, why don't you see it from this angle? And I'm like, oh, let me move this way. This is a better angle for me. So you really cannot understand a woman. That's just it. You just
Wow.
have
Wow.
in the
Yes, it's about, and that's why you have to, and most men find this difficult. When you're talking about the story of the woman who stood up, left her husband,
I was just
you're
looking
talking
at
about how the man is good. I said, the major, you don't know the full story. You don't
know
know the full
exactly.
story. Forget it. Especially when you say he's a pastor, my dear. Forget it. Now the man is a pastor. In fact, for being a pastor alone, she
There's a
should
big
leave.
red flag.
It's a big red flag. Yes, you see, the man is a pastor. Nobody say this street. Pastors, they're not on the streets. Men of God, they are the real ones on the street. But this is a conversation for another day. That's a different conversation entirely. So when a woman picks her bag, and leaves, it's not whether the man it's not about the man not being romantic. The man's character is flawed. Oftentimes, it's not what the man has done that people can see. It's about the things the man has done that the woman cannot speak about.
Yes.
It's about the unseen, the unspoken. It's what determines a woman's decision to leave her husband. You can say, hey, this is a wonderful man. He's so kind. He's so nice. That is not important. The things that man does that you cannot see are the things that the woman have seen. And unfortunately, she cannot speak about them. So she will just take her L in peace. She will just leave. And let the world have the good man that he is.
Abby, it's just like what I said when we started this. I said you can be a great father and not be a great husband. They are two different things entirely. That woman is the only person that knows what she was dealing with. So if you're hearing just like that from third parties, I promise you they will support the person that is closer to them. If you speak to someone that is very close to this woman also, that maybe knows maybe just little of what she's going through, you might find yourself that you're tilting to someone, because no woman will just get up and pack her bags and leave her children because you want to go and enjoy money.
Anyways,
no matter they
Anyways,
paint that picture for you.
we call this a conversation. That's why I'm not ready to have an argument. Like I said, we wanted to understand ourselves, and I appreciate the fact that you've got many things, even me, I've just learned from into the open. But one alarming thing I saw recently was the fact that um, two things actually. A lady got married to herself in London, and she's set to divorce herself. That's funny, but that's to that's the
Sorry about
buttress.
that.
That's
That's
the buttress the
part
fact
of
that you guys are
perspective
complex.
changing.
That's the buttress that you guys are complex too. Because I was like, you married yourself and you want to divorce yourself. What this is?
Perspective has changed.
I
Yeah.
said
She
this
has
is.
seen something, she has seen another
I
part.
said
She
this
needs
is the
to move.
peak. And there's also one that decided to change her gender from being a woman to a man. And just the first year, she committed suicide. I was like, you see, say, easy to be a man. And we have been living with the reality. This is not to water down you guys are amazing African women through the struggles, through everything we faced. You've been beside us. You've chosen our side, and we appreciate that. We love you, and we know that you have always been our partner, our support, our pillar all through, and you continually be. So this conversation is not to. I'm not interested
Amen.
in throwing dirt at a no. Now we are in this together. We are just trying to understand how we can, push this narrative forward and coexist peacefully. With this menace going on in society, we are still trying to maintain that consciousness and let people understand that the the African men are still choosing the side of African women, but we just want to understand ourselves, and which I feel you guys have done justice to. And this is where I just appreciate you guys and say, because this is a very broad topic, you can spend the whole day here about everything that has a beginning has to end. And permit me to apologize again for coming late you know coming late to this session. I'm so sorry, and I want to appreciate.
You will send flowers to my house.
You see,
That's the
now
apology.
I'm romantic. I will send it. I don't listen now, and I'm going to be. Gosh, do you need flowers too?
I'm fine. I've got enough flowers.
So this is why I appreciate you guys and say thank you for saying yes and taking your time out to join this session. I know how you guys are. In fact, my thank you is capital letter to you guys because I needed to even beep you after the time you've allotted for it has passed. And I'm really, really appreciative. So thank you so much. So let me take your last submission. We call it a wrap. What do you think is the future of romance as things are going on right now? What do you think is the future of romance in the next 10 years? Do you think we would understand ourselves better, or if we don't tilt away from this direction, things are going to go this way? So then let that be your last submission and we just call it a wrap.
In the next 10 years, there's going to be a lot of confusion. In the next 10 years, if we don't stop now, there's going to be a lot of confusion. But I think talking about issues like this will help, not everybody, but will help some people get it right. Because social media is not going to stop. It's going to be wild, more than it is today.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of confusion about relationship. Relationship is going to take the brunt of social media in the next 10 years. And the earlier we realize the importance of relationship, be it romantic or any form, the more we talk about it, the better for us and what it really means to us. Because the absence of this relationship I have seen in this part of the world is where most people are losing it mentally. When you talk about your mental health, people here don't have partners. People are lonely here. And the loneliness, when you look closely, is as a result of taking relationships for granted, taking marriages for granted. Our women are here today, they are frustrated. So there's need for relationship. There's need for us to build that connection. Otherwise, we're going to be in a big mess in the nearest future.
Thank you. What is the future of romance?
Future. For now, I don't see a future for it. Because all these things that Cash has highlighted now, they are happening already. Even right here, right now, we've gotten everybody is trying to be an island. You just
Isolation.
everybody is trying to be an island, which is not. So we are created for companionship. We are created to be around people, be with people, be service to one another. But now it's more like just me and myself, me mind my business, do what I need to do. I don't need anybody. And it's already happening. And social media is not even helping. That's why I was speaking to a lawyer friend days back, and then we're just talking about the going rate of divorce in our society right now. And then he was saying, I was saying, people wait for 1 year. I said, you don't even know what is happening. Marriages of 3 days crash in Lagos now. You just
3
wake
days.
up. Yes.
Wow.
72 hours marriage done. They're fighting for divorce because I've seen something I cannot. No. This person has done something like trivial things. So it's already happening now. Like I can't stand this person doing. No, I cannot. No, this is what if he's doing it now, he's going to be doing it in future. So I cannot let everybody go their way. It's already happening. So if we're not being intentional about relationships and being around people that care about you, I don't see a future for it. And it's already happening. It's here already. It's not like
wow. Okay.
if you manage to hold on to you in the next 5 years, hold them tight. They really, really love you. Because right now, nobody's saying your papa. I'm sorry to use that word, but
Okay.
that's what is happening.
Now street and cathedral. So if he enter streets, enter cathedral. Like, well, thank you very much. That's a very, very large chunk of art pews for me to take, and I'm gonna take it however because I'm a student of wisdom. I like to learn. This is why this platform has been created because I think this should be the best podcast right now. There's no editing, no cuts. It's live. It's as it is. We're giving it as it. And the most important thing to me are my friends because these are intelligent people I've known over the years. And you guys, your experiences, when you bring them on this platform, I feel blessed. But not just blessed. The millions of the rich we are, sending our messages to, I know that this is doing the right thing, even if it's just going to change one person's perspective. It is right now. For whatever reason, we've demystified the wall. Cash, you agree with me? We've demystified the wall of people trying to feel like once you travel out like this, bam, you are now mates with Dangote. You are telling them, Baba, this place is not the paradise they promised us in Bible. Calm down. And at least people that are now having this inferiority complex, I've seen a lot of people now message him and say, me, guy, you are doing a lot with your street and cathedral now. And I want people to actually come out of inferiority complex, poverty mentality, darkness. I know Africa government is not but we should just have to, try enough for our people. Not every time we can give money. But this kind of things, now when people now see, oh wow, I love the way Cash speak, this woman inspires me, they can inbox Cash on their own and say, can you come on this platform? These are things I want it happening. And I appreciate you guys because when you are building your idea and you can call on your friends and they can jump on board, it is way different from when an idea is already baked and you're calling some people when you are made. Those guys that made me are big people I would forever till I die respect, and you are one of them. And I appreciate you for coming to Street Cathedral. I always love you. Maximum respect to you, Cash. Like I told you guys, if you have been looking for people bankrolling me, this is the Cash, the sugar mama herself.
Thank you.
And if you have been looking for my G's, you have been looking for what those people that will support me. And I to be this, so you see, these are my G's for life. Thank you very much. And this is where we call it a quit. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back next week with another deep topic, interesting topic, Street and Cathedral. This is where we say bye for now. So, ladies, beautiful ladies, bye.
Bye.
For having me.